All right, guys, jumping into a second round of this tournament. So we are going to be taking on the Guado Glories. Bhed Psyches taking on the Luca Goers. So let's make some small changes here. Put Nimric in the goal. And then let's just continue on. I know we've talked so much about how our team is going to slowly become irrelevant. But honestly, I feel like on the back of a lot of techniques, we are dominating a lot of the opposition. Like I mean, not all the time, but it's been a while since we've come close to losing a game. This might be a little bit too confident, but I don't know. I'm pretty confident that we can actually just run this entire journey without a loss. I don't know. I think especially like, so here's the end days of the opponent's chances. This is what I'm gonna say right now. I think once we level up Nimruk to like level 95 and put him in the goalie box permanently, that's the end of the road. I don't know if there's an opposing team that can take us out at that point. I think Nimruk is going to be such a carry potential player that it's going to be nearly, if not impossible, for us to drop games. So I don't know. I'm excited to see, but we're obviously starting out with a pretty classic position here. We have Judah push up, bait the opposing defender, and then set up Blappa for kind of a just free shot. Like it's open, no one's stopping him. He makes it or he sleeps Noi. I mean, that's a pretty good trade, right? Like either one's pretty good. But yeah, you're going to see Nav Guado here push midfield. I mean, it's fine. And then, very similar to the Judah strategy, we're just kind of like baiting people away. The reason we play like this, and the reason it's so effective against this particular team, is the Guado Glories are really fast, so they pull away much quicker than all the other teams. When you're facing a team that's like average speed, that's actually not as effective. It's still effective, but not nearly to the degree it's effective against the Guado Glories. So yeah, I mean, two minutes in and we're going 2 goals up, right? Like it is just curtains for this team. And it's funny because the Guado Glories used to be somewhat of a challenge. Like they genuinely were kind of like, you know, what are we gonna do about this? But yeah, let's nap tackle through. So Nav does retain the ball. Gonna be going towards Lake Am here. And definitely could escape because Nav is no longer the slow, like, you know, swimmer that he once was. Oh, look at that Nimruk. 54 catch. I was telling you guys, like it's genuinely impressive. It's solid numbers, and I don't see a lot of teams getting past that. I don't know, and I know I bring it up all the time, and I'm always like, I don't know, I'm always a little bit too hopeful, but it feels like we're really close to 99. I know, like, you know, number-wise we are, but I think there is still going to be a lot of hurdles in terms of the amount of experience we need and stuff. But it feels like for our backline, like, they're leveling up so, like, consistently. That's the biggest thing I'm seeing. Like, consistently we're seeing level ups, but, I mean, in addition, it's because we're consistently passing, right? Like, when we do that kind of stuff, obviously you're going to see level ups. It's the nature of the business with that kind of grind. But I don't know, it's just exciting to see. And I think at this point, they just kind of let us do whatever we want to do. They don't care. They're like, you know what? Let's just go home. Our maester's dead. It doesn't matter anymore. That's what they're thinking. You know, the one thing I've always wondered, with Final Fantasy. I don't know, and someone please comment this if there's like a source you can kind of quote. But what's the population of Spira? Because it feels like, I mean, obviously there's limitations in the game engine, but it feels like there's like 1,000 people max, and that's such a small thing for an entire planet. It just seems wild how few people there are. But yeah, Lake Am levels up, level 83. More HP, endurance, block, shoot, and catch. And level 83. That's good. But yeah, it always feels like such a small portion, right? And also, why aren't there any Guado children? Are there? Have I just missed them? No, the thing that prompted that thought is, I was thinking, spoiler for Final Fantasy X too, but I was thinking about how, like, in Final Fantasy X, the Guado Maester, well, Seymour, I guess he's everyone's Maester, but he kills a bunch of Ronso, right? And the Ronso in 10-2 are none too pleased at that, so they launch a war against Guado Salam, and then chase them essentially into Makalania Woods. But the thing I realized was, like, how many people were, like, was this like a battle of like 15 on 15? Like, how did that work? It just seems like, I don't know, it just seems weird. Because there was like I mean, maybe they launched like a war or a battle, but then there was like no damage to Guado Salam. I don't know, I'm just trying to like parse in my head, like what was the scale of that? And then obviously that kind of triggers the question, how many people are in Spira? Like, it's just kind of a wild time. Like, some of the games, it's a lot easier to justify if there are a ton of people that you just don't see. Like, Final Fantasy 13 is one of those good games where it's like, I mean, it's debatable if it's a good game, but it's one of those games where you could argue that there's a bunch of people in the world, but you don't see them because you're constantly on the run, right? Like, that's a good argument, probably. But yeah, it's just kind of interesting. I don't know, Xanarkand seems like it has a bunch of people. But I mean, it's literally a city without sin, so it kind of makes sense, right? I don't know. I guess when you think about it, there's no real reason to, like, tell the player how many people are in a city, like, unless it's relevant. So oftentimes it's not really relevant, so, like, why bring it up? I think that's probably how it goes with a lot of, like, the populations and stuff like that. And, like, how many people are, like, where, and, you know, so on and so forth. It's just kind of one of those things that I'm always interested about. Alright, well, a little over a minute left. We should be able to get quite a bit of passing done. I think Nimrok is on the cusp of another level, if I'm not mistaken. Which is really good, of course. Like, Nimrok is he's the main goal, right? Like, he's the one person we're trying to level up the most out of everyone here. So him leveling up is just awesome. I mean, it's everything we want, so it's all good. We might get in trouble with this pass to Lake Am, because we're not baiting the opponent away from Nimrok, so he's gonna get pretty close to him. We'll see if we get punished. I don't know. I don't think we will, but I'm just gonna pass the Lake Am anyways, right? Like, who cares? Okay, now this is something else. Okay, we might encounter here. This is kind of all the risk. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we didn't get encountered there. But yeah, we'll pass the Lake Am, and then, I mean, with like 5 seconds left, there's not much to be done here, right? I mean, we'll go for the pass because, like, who cares? Why not? But 2-0 is going to be the final score. So a little bit of experience, but more for us. And yeah, level up for Nimrok, level 83. More HP, endurance, catch. So that's good stuff. It's not too bad. So, oh my gosh, the Goers take it. 2-1 against the Psyches, and we 2-0 the Glories. I can't believe they took it. Alright, well, we're top scorers, so that's good. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And when you come back, we're going to be playing more Blitzball. Till next time.